I've never been this mad when filming a video, so please bear with me. But before we unbox anything today, I am breaking down a hate comment and multiple hate comments for you. Normally I wouldn't give them the time of day, but I think if worded in a kinder way, that these would be good questions to discuss on my page and give people the answers to. Perhaps many people are curious about some things, and as my page continues to grow and more missions shoot up, I think it's good to discuss. First things first, before I talk about anything else, I need everyone to know and understand that if you are hateful or you leave mean comments, TikTok auto-filters them. I have that turned on. Why? Because I do not want my page being filled with hate. I don't want to see the poor and struggling people that utilize my pantry being torn down. I don't need to hear comments about my appearance. It's just not, it doesn't need to be here. And this is my page. If I want to turn on filtered comments, I'm gonna turn on filtered comments. And this being my page is kind of like the main idea of my response to these comments. I say that because she's like, you always delete the negative comments towards you because you want to seem like a savior. No, I just don't want nasty comments on my page. That's all. No savior here. Anyway, I really want to talk about the pantry and who I'm affiliated with or not, and my social media page. It is the most important thing for everyone to know that this social media page is my social media page, and I am the one who has to pay the taxes and all of the things that go along with the social media page. It is not tied to a nonprofit. It is not tied to a school. It is not tied to a PTA. It is not tied to anything but me. I get on here and I share what I want to share. I launch missions I want to launch. Some fail, some are successful. It's just my page. I woke up this morning and I had a filtered comment and I looked, and it was from a woman that I had heard of, that I knew. And no surprise here, she's involved in Utah education. She actually just got a state award, a state PTA award for empathy and being an advocate and doing things quietly, doing things without needing it to be shown off. And I just also want to throw out here that there's a lot of keynote speakers being paid for and a lot of awards where they're like celebrating the quiet teachers. I'll never forget getting my state award last year, and they went on and on about this one woman who she did XYZ all for her students, but no one ever knew about it. She did this, and this for these families, but she never told anyone about it. You do know why that's such a hot thing to the higher ups, right? Right? Like, they're using you. They don't want the loud ones to like actually advocate and announce the real issues in the schools and like the real deficits that our teachers are facing and our families are struggling with. Just saying, like, you know that, right? Like, but with that being said, there are people that do things quietly, and that is fine, and there are people that do things a little bit more publicly, and that is also fine. And giving back is giving back. But it is interesting that there's now an award for teachers that do things quietly. Just saying. Commented in a very nasty way, to the degree of, imagine having thousands of dollars worth of stuff and wanting to be sure that you get all of the credit for everything you do, and waking up and feeding your superior savior complex every day. I know you'll delete my comment because it's true. I'm like, oh. So I looked her up, and yeah, she has family that works in the school district I just worked in. And I'm like, is this connected? Is this like, do I need to contact my attorney? Is this all part of just continuing to attack Dawn? I don't know. So I message her, and I'm like, and I want to come back to that comment because I think that the amount of stuff I have, and what does the storage unit look like, and what does your backstock look like, and where's this stuff going to go, and is it going to find a place? I think those are all great questions that I'm going to address. But I messaged this woman because I know her, kind of. I know her. She brought donations to my classroom, to my school I worked in, my first year teaching. But, so that's why I was like, what are you mad about? What is happening? She responds and basically is like, well, with donations, this is how the PTA has to do it. And with this is how the PTA has to do it. And with this is how the PTA has to do it. And you don't need all the credit, and you don't need to self-promote and get all the... And I get similar, kinder comments to this degree. I'm not the PTA. I'm not any PTA. I'm not a part of any PTA. I'm not a part of any school. I'm not a part of any of that. I'm also not a nonprofit. I am Dawn, and I am a content creator, and I choose to do what I want to do with my page. It's not getting all the credit or self-promoting and videoing everything. It's my TikTok page. It's literally my TikTok page. I know the PTA doesn't unbox everything they get for the PTA because it's different. It's different. And yeah, you may volunteer and donate to the PTA and it may go unnoticed because it's not a TikTok page. She's just like, I just feel like you want the credit for everything and you want everything to be seen. Again, it's a TikTok page. Like, I'm like, wait, is this real life? Like, we're talking about TikTok. We're talking about my TikTok. This isn't like a group TikTok page. This isn't like a business TikTok page. This is my personal TikTok page. Anyways, so we're gonna come back to that. And I want to rewind a little bit because I feel like this will give more context into like what I do and why I do it, whatever. So I had a horrible year as a teacher last year. And we're not gonna get into that right now. But what I will say is I resigned from being a teacher in December. I knew I wasn't gonna go back to that school. I knew I probably was going to take a year off from being in the classroom because of how horrific the school year was. Did not have a backup plan. To be honest, I was applying at Starbucks as a barista in January. That was my plan, to be honest. I resigned before Angel Tree blew up. I resigned before any of that. I started posting my Angel Tree videos and they went viral. I gained 300,000 followers in 2 weeks from Angel Tree videos. Before that, my platform went viral for my birthday baskets for my students. So my platform has always been built upon giving back. I guess self-promoting, giving back, however you want to label it. Looking like a savior giving back, whatever this woman said. Angel Tree was not sponsored by any of my followers. I did not take all the credit for what somebody else had purchased. Ever since I was 16 years old and got my first WesBanco bank account in West Virginia, I had a Christmas Club fund, like separate account, and every month money goes into that account. I had done that since I was 16 years old as an Outback Steakhouse hostess because I loved doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Exactly this. I gave back at church with my grandma. I used to make Easter baskets every year for my little sisters. I used to do Christmas for my little sisters, like thousands and thousands of dollars for my little sisters at Christmas. I would go big over the top for my senior brother. I was always doing this. So the money that I had for Angel Tree last year and the way I went over the top was from my pocket. However, when I blew up during Angel Tree last year, a lot of people asked me to make a wish list. And they said you can either use it for the angels that you're sponsoring this year or stockpile the stuff for next season because we want an Angel Tree series next year as well. Got it. That was the time I got a second storage unit. That was the day. I was like, okay, I need to put everything for classroom stuff over here, Angel Tree stuff over here. So I had 2 storage units because of that. There were also many people that said, I'm donating to you and not locally because there's not a lot of transparency. I value your page because of the transparency. Now that's a big word. We're going to come back to it because this woman accuses me of not being transparent, but also showing too much. So we're all lost. But yeah, people, and I get that comment a lot too. Why don't you tell people to donate locally? What? Some of the people that donate the most to me, they say, I will not donate locally because I don't trust the nonprofits or it's a mess. Free pantries are getting wiped out. Nobody's monitoring them. Nobody's taking care of them. I don't have the time to do it. So I'm donating through you. Anyways. Fast forward a little bit, Angel Tree dies down, Christmas is over. I get a message from a woman in Australia who is a content manager, editor, something like that in the social media space. And she's like, can I offer you some advice for free? She's like, your page is wonderful. You are like the top trending thing on TikTok right now, but I think you gotta let go of the teacher content. And I'm like, well, it's funny you say that because I'm done being teacher. She's like, it's just, like people are so over the teacher stuff. I'm telling every content creator that I can to stay out of filming in their schools, staying out of filming in their classrooms. Like we're kind of over it. I'm like, totally. And she's like, I don't know if you follow Jeannie Marie, which I did and I love. She's like, why don't you pivot your page to giving back? You're so good at it. Why don't you try to do something like a pantry or a little library or something like that? So I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Because in my mind, social media was done for me. I was walking out of the classroom in May and going to be a Starbucks barista and maybe go back to SFS at Target. I didn't know, but I knew I wasn't going to be in the classroom. So I was reaching out to people to start a free little pantry, and everyone was telling me no. I didn't understand it at the time. I didn't understand how these could have such a negative view. How are people viewing, what's the problem here? But as I've been more involved, I realized that it takes so much work. I didn't have a plan for if someone came and wiped it all out. How would I advocate for transparency to my followers? If they're sending me stuff for the pantry and it's just getting wiped out, like, what am I gonna do? I didn't have a plan for any of that. I didn't have a plan for a private property for it to go on so that I could have trespassing and theft laws in place. I didn't have a place for a security camera and people to watch it all day, and a place to, I didn't have any of the logistics sorted out. So I just gave up on it. I was like, well, flop. Then I got asked, because I was talking about this free pantry situation, I got asked to come and start stocking the pantries and using my platform to stock the pantries that already existed, like the one I'm currently stocking. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, I don't want to take over anything anybody's doing. And the response was, there are 50 people that come to this pantry a day, at least. The need is so high. Students and families at our local schools are struggling. The counselors are having to turn them away. There's a queue a mile long for their needs. Why don't you just try it? And I was like, I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. I was like, I don't know. What if they don't let me filming there? If I don't film, I don't know how I'm gonna maintain this. I don't have the money to do this. So I said, let's do it. I made a wish list. I started with the tiny little box. I was even pulling from my Angel Tree storage unit for the tiny little box, like the toys and stuff. Started taking off. Then I was getting more messages like, hey, we have a struggling mom that's looking for this and looking for this. And I was like, okay. So I went to the larger pantry, met some of the people, and was sold. I was like, this is what I'm doing. I spent hours making the wish list of things that I thought should go in the pantry without even knowing, like, I don't know, like, am I even allowed to put dog food in here? Started stocking it over my spring break. I devoted like 8 hours a day during my teacher spring break to doing this, and it blew up. It did, it blew up. I got like 500 packages in one day, 100 the next day, 100 the next day, 100 the next day, and I'm still catching up on those boxes. I am. But people loved it, and I loved it. They get to see their packages be unboxed, and then they get to see the impact, and sometimes they even get to see people take the item that day. To me, that is the transparency that many people are looking for. With that being said, I do maintain a wish list because I don't have everything. I know I always joke about, oh, I have 60 packages left. If you watch my videos, you know that may mean one ravioli can in one package, one roll of paper towels in the other package. I have a stockpile at my storage unit, and I'll be honest, what I have stocked the most are toys and canned veggies. Stuff that doesn't move as quickly. Well, the toys do, but the canned veggies don't move as quickly. And if the toys don't get put out of the pantry, I'll use them at Christmas. When I post an unboxing video, it's typically what? Anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes long. That is typically 3 carfuls, 3 trips down the stairs worth of stuff. 3 boxes, 3 wagonfuls, however you want to measure it. When I go to do a pantry restock, it takes about 9 of those wagonfuls or boxes full that I can fit in my car. So 3 unboxing videos equate to 1 pantry restock. I say that because she was just like, similar to Meet Me in the Media Center, you're buried in boxes and you need to hire help. People need to be helping you, but you're too self-centered. This is my page. I say this kindly. I did not have to do this. I chose to do this because I want to do it. I'm not making a huge profit. As she said, I'm like this savior of a person. If I was a savior of a person, I would take my earnings and go buy myself some new clothes, which I desperately need. If I was a savior of a person, I would take all my money and I'm devoting like 14 hours a day to this. Trips up and down the stairs. Like, if anybody wanted to use 500,000 followers to be a savior, I think they might choose a different way. Like, honestly, I think they might choose a different way. But the reason I want to talk about this is because so many people question, why does everything need to be filmed? Why do we do good deeds and it needs to be filmed? Again, I'm not a nonprofit that's going to just get donations and get things. And as we know, the nonprofits are struggling anyways to get donations. I film for transparency. I film because it keeps it going. If I said, okay guys, no more unboxings, no more pantry videos, but just remember to keep donating to me, you would be like, what? For what? What are we donating to? And I've given this advice to many people who are like, how do I grow this? How do even nonprofits? And some of the ladies at nonprofits are like, well, we don't have time to unbox. And that may be true, but that is how I offer transparency. But at the end of the day, people are donating to me. It is my wish list that comes to my apartment, and then I choose where it goes. She had said, like, I don't know where things are going to go. I think that's part of the video, is I unbox things and I'm like, oh, I'm saving this for Dumpling Girl, or I'm saving this for back to school, or I'm saving this for Christmas. And I feel like I'm not relaying this with the words that I want to, but that's what I want to do. I want to use my platform that I was given to give back. And it may look like the pantry sometimes, it may look like Christmas, but I try to be transparent in my videos. It's not self-promoting, although I guess it is because this is my page. But I am not comparable to a PTA organization that's trying to do similar things or a nonprofit. And so I just wanted to get that out there. Like, there were a box of mini muffins sent to me that I pulled for the Y2K family. I get stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give this to, stuff came in for the back to school drive, and I'm like, actually, I'm gonna save some of this for the pantry. You're donating to me to decide where it goes. And if that makes you not want to donate to me, then that's okay. But this is not an organization. I feel like at this point I'm rambling, so I'm going to shut up soon. I did just want to include a little bit of what I said to her because I feel like this is important and it does get brought up a lot. Like I said, the PTA does valuable work. Nonprofits do valuable work. And a content creator who, like, if a random content creator just chose a random family to bless and accepted donations for them, that's okay too. It's all valuable work. It's not, we don't all have to tear each other down or say, like, I don't know. I said, you are not watching someone chasing credit. You are watching someone who is using social media for good on a scale that wouldn't exist without using the platform. You don't have to like that model, and I know many don't, and that's okay. But I couldn't do it without social media. It is now, that's what this is. Saying that I do this just to get the credit reduces the impact of what is actually happening here. With that, I'm just stop rambling in like 2 minutes. I'm watching the timer. With that, I am going to continue doing all of the missions that I do. I've said this already once, and I'm gonna say it again. Remember that when you are donating to me. Yes, the toy you donate may sit until Christmas time. The Hormel Completes you send today may not get it put out until 2 weeks from now. It's for me to decide. If you're not comfortable with that and you would rather, you feel like you need more financial transparency or whatever, you need to know how much I'm earning, you need to know whatever, then just don't be here. But I'm going to continue unboxing. I'm going to continue using my platform for good because it does a lot of good. I'm so sorry that there are PTA organizations and nonprofits and other people trying to do the same and their impact is not as great. But that is not my fault. I am not sitting on gold mines, thousands of dollars of food while people are starving. In fact, I've actually been asked by the nonprofit and the church to bring less. They feel like there's so many choices and families get overwhelmed and then feel like they need to take more than maybe they actually need. So the storage unit is necessary. But anyways, the reason I'm not hiring people to unbox, and that's what I meant by like, it was all over the place. It's, you need to be more transparent, but stop taking all the credit and stop showcasing and stop being a savior on TikTok. But at the PTA, you have to be transparent. To me, this is my transparency. Opening your packages, I'm telling you where they're gonna go. You send them here as a gift to me from a gift list for me. Anyways, I think I'm less mad now. I'm gonna open like 4 packages and then I'll restart and do another unboxing video. Starting off strong with something for our Y2K kids, which again, just a family that I chose to help out. You don't have to be a part of that. You don't have to like that. You could think that you can have the opinion that I should be helping more. It's my page. This is all from Erica. Y2K mom struggles with migraines really, really badly. She said they are insufferable. So Erica sent her a little headache hat. Erica was a little worried about the little kid's health, so she sent some vitamins for the kids in the family. We have some for Y2K girl. And then 2 for the other little kids. And then of course it's Baby Dump's first birthday in just a few days. So she sent her happy birthday from the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Thank you, Erica. I'm taking the credit for all that. I'm so excited about this. So this was on my wish list also for Y2K. I think I had 2 on there though. So I'll have to see if the other one's in the pile too. One for Y2K and then one for one of our 2nd grade back to school angels. They're very similar to Touchlands, but I don't feel like Touchlands are going to be like that important to a 2nd grader. But they have like little charms and stuff that you could decorate. Thank you, Anonymous. Please use these donations as you see fit. General back to school angels, pantry angels, your friend, the pantry. Dang, I do have a lot going on, huh? From Rebecca. This thing, she's like, I'm concerned that you have a fund for an SUV. Don't be concerned. That's internal stuff you have to process. You're not concerned about me getting money for an SUV. My subscribers made that fund. So you're not worried about that. And you have so many missions going on that are too overfunded. This is a case pack of Kids 3-in-1, 6 bottles. Like I said, I do get a lot of love, but I don't have a backstock of kids' hygiene, so thank you, Rebecca. It's going to the pantry. Just a little something to help with the pantry and for your friend. I love all that you do, from Kelly and PA. Protein cereal, smuggled via corn. Corn has been a popular smuggle vehicle, and more protein cereal. Koala cookies and Pokemon SpaghettiOs for my friend. Thank you, Kelly. Some more hygiene for the pantry from Anya. We have some shampoo, 2 packs of toothbrushes, and 2 anti-dandruff shampoos. No, anti-dandruff 2-in-1s. What a great smuggle. Thank you, Anya. Dang. From Maureen. Maureen did sponsor a complete angel, but she said she wanted to send some more back to school love. I have a former student. She is the sweetest girly pop in the whole wide world, and I wanted to take some of the Love Shack fancy stuff and like kind of build her a little back to school package just to say have a good year with a little pom pow. I don't know. Her mom is super special to me as well. She's also a teacher, and these were on my wish list for her. So thank you, Marie. From Sarah, she sent an assortment of goodies for teen boys. This is 4 spray Axe deodorants. I'm also going to put these out in the pantry. Thank you, Sarah. The last one for this rambling video. These are from Jan. For a second I thought it said vanilla wafer gummies, but it says Nilla Nummies. They're blue vanilla wafers. Thank you, Jan. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna stop here and just keep unboxing. Let me know if there's any other questions or concerns about my TikTok page. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for supporting as much as you do.